Fake-out deaths can mean many different things when referring to movies and TV, whether a character dies and is later brought back to life, whether the writers trick you into thinking a character is dead, or even whether the character themselves trick you into thinking they're dead. In breaking news, these fake-out deaths have become very popular over the past few years, and some of them, such as Jon Snow's death from Game of Thrones and Glenn Rhee's death from The Walking Dead, have even made it onto worldwide news. I made a short questionnaire asking for people's opinions on fake-out deaths they'd seen recently. These are the results. This shows that a lot of people feel very differently about this trend. Some feel shocked or happy when they see a character come back from the dead, while others feel like it takes the intensity out of the show. And I'm sure a lot of people, including the screenwriters, did not expect some of the fake-out deaths to become major stories all over the news. To find out a couple more opinions on this news topic, we'll be moving on to the interviews. The questions and answers will be more open so we can really broaden the opinions and find out if anyone feels very strongly about the topic. Referring to movies and TV, can you tell me what a fake-out death is?
No, I can't. I would presume it's a death that's faked.
A fake-out death is when a character in a film or TV show is supposedly killed but turns out not to be.
That's what I said.
Whether we find out in sequels, later episodes, or simply straight after the supposed death happens. A lot of people have gotten to the point when watching a movie or TV show that you have to actually see the character breathe their final breath for them to actually be dead. Do you believe this statement to be true?
No, not at all.
Why?
Just through past experience. For instance, Jon Snow's death in Game of Thrones. He was totally dead, brought back to life.
The show Game of Thrones has had 3 characters who we thought were dead come back in this season alone: Jon Snow, the Hound, and Benjen Stark. Can you give me your opinion on these moments?
The Jon Snow moment, I wasn't too happy with because he was brought back to life way too easily. The Hound, no, that's fine. It's good to see him back, and the fact that we never actually see him die, just presumed dead, is so that's fine. And the other one was
Benjen Stark, Bran's uncle, Jon's uncle.
I can't remember how he died, to be truthful with you.
He went missing in the first season.
Just missing?
Yeah, when he went out with Rangers.
Oh, yes, yeah, I remember. And then he never came. Well, yeah, he never came back, so one presumes he's dead, but no one actually see him die. So the fact that he's turned up alive, I'm sure that'll be fine once there's an explanation on how he survived.
Can you give me any other examples of characters that have had a fake-out death in recent memory?
Yes, I can. In the recent, or one of the episodes of Walking Dead, Glenn looked like he had been eaten by zombies and was dead, and then after the next episode, he realised that he wasn't actually eaten; it was the person on top of him. But everybody presumed he was dead.
Okay, so finally, if your favourite character from a movie or TV show died, would you want them to come back or stay dead?
In my opinion, definitely stay dead. I don't like the fact that when people come back to life, like Jon Snow, I think it's a bit farcical.
What if they were just presumed dead or looked like they were going to die?
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Referring to movies and TV, can you tell me what a fake-out death is?
It's when someone appears to die and they're not actually dead.
Basically, yeah. And a lot of people have gotten to the point when watching a film or TV show that you have to actually see a character breathe their final breath for them to actually be dead. Do you believe this statement is true?
No.
Why not?
Well, because you get cliffhangers. Sometimes things are left open. You don't necessarily have to see someone die. You might just presume dead.
But what they're talking about is usually if you don't actually see a character die, they're most likely going to come back to life.
Well, that's just the presumption, isn't it?
It does happen a lot though, if you think about it.
True.
The show Game of Thrones has had 3 characters who we thought were dead come back in this season alone: Jon Snow, the Hound, and Benjen Stark. Can you give me your opinion on these moments?
I did think the Jon Snow one was a bit far-fetched, to be honest. Wasn't the best comeback death. What was the other one?
There was the Hound and Benjamin Stark.
Oh, the Hound, yes. Yeah, that was alright because we didn't actually see him die. He was just left for dead, so that was a bit more realistic.
And Benjamin Stark was the one we saw 2 episodes ago, who has been missing since season 1 after going out to look for some missing Rangers, and then he himself went missing. We haven't seen him since, but 2 episodes ago he came back and found Bran and Mira.
I didn't even notice.
He looked like a White Walker, and he explained that he'd been turned into a White Walker but then saved by the children.
Oh, okay.
Do you think that's a bit far-fetched, or?
Definitely.
Can you give me any other examples of characters that have had a fake-out death in recent time?
Let me think. James Bond.
In which film?
In Skyfall at the beginning.
Can you elaborate?
Elaborate, yeah. He was shot on, I think he was shot on the train, top of the train, and they fell down, and obviously you'd assume he was dead.
Yep. Is there any more?
The guy out of Peaky Blinders, Sam Neill's character.
Yep.
He was shot at the train station, and that was it. It just ended. So, and then he came back with a walking stick, so he was obviously just winded, but everyone thought he was dead.
So finally, if your favourite character from a movie or TV show died or was presumed dead, would you want them to come back or stay dead?
Oh, normally I would want them to come back. My favourite character, like Jon Snow, I did want him to come back, but I thought the comeback was a bit disappointing. But yeah, usually I would want him to come back.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
So what do you think? Do you agree with any of the people in the interviews? Do you think there should be a major change in the industry so that the seriousness is not taken out of your favourite franchise or TV show? Stay tuned for more news stories from SNN.